The Sudio E2 is an interesting pair of wireless earphones. They are Sudio's most feature-packed wireless earphones to date and come in very fashionable colors. It's got hybrid active noise cancellation, wireless charging, and for the first time, they collaborated with Dirac to incorporate spatial audio on these earphones. And finally, Sudio has made an app for these earphones as well. I've been wearing the Sudio E2 for a week, and here are my thoughts. Now, starting off with the design, the Sudio E2 has a really nice charging case with a matte finish that I have been a fan of on the Sudio T2 that we previously reviewed. The sand color that I'm using here doesn't attract smudges, and during the review period, I simply stuck the case into my backpack without a pouch, and it hasn't got any scratches at all. The charging case charges over USB-C and supports Qi wireless charging, which Sudio has also made a nice one right here called the Lab Plus that supports up to 9 watts of charging, so you can also charge your phones. There is a button on the back of the case that can be used to check the case's battery levels and perform a reset on your earphones, which is very useful, but it's hard to tell the actual battery level with just an orange and white LED. Adding 2 more colors such as green and red would be actually more helpful to help tell the battery levels of the case. The Sudio E2 earphones has a familiar form that we all have been seeing on many other wireless earphones, but I'm just glad that the color options are rather unique that sets it apart from the rest. It does feel a little bigger than the AirPods Pro, which might not fit well for some ears, but thankfully I don't have an issue with it. Sudio has also generally provided 4 extra ear tips of different sizes in the box if you want to swap the default ones. The earphones have LED indicators on top that tells you its charging and pairing status. And the stem features a chrome touchpad here that allows you to control your music playback, adjust volume, switch between active noise cancellation, transparency mode, and toggle spatial audio. There's unfortunately no in-ear detection sensor, which I think Sudio could have simply added, though that's not a deal breaker for me. Audio quality-wise, the Sudio E2's sound is a little brighter and has more bass than previous Sudio headphones I have auditioned. It only supports the SBC codec despite having Bluetooth 5.2, which means you aren't getting as much bandwidth to play higher quality audio, although audio latency is actually pretty low. But I can assure you, despite that, you're still getting very good audio quality, and I dare say it is the best sounding Sudio earphones ever. Its 10mm drivers can produce strong and heavy bass without distortion even at loud volume levels. Vocals are also crystal clear even when there's music instruments playing in the background. For instance, the ending chorus of Billie Eilish's No Time to Die is my favorite track to test earphones, where most wireless earphones will drown the vocals when the instruments are playing loudly in the background. The Sudio E2 managed to play that part without distorting either the vocals and instruments. The active noise cancellation and transparency mode works very well, which I find it to work better than the Nothing Ear One earphones. The ANC mode reduces ambient noise well in an office environment like this that I can hardly hear mechanical keyboards clacking away about 6 feet away from me, while transparency mode lets in background sound naturally without feeling like a low-quality audio recording. The Sudio E2's spatial audio feature does widen the soundstage a little when turned on. On certain tracks, I can hear audio coming from the front rather than playing right into my ears, but in most listening sessions, I disable spatial audio as I find it to sound unnatural on most of the pop songs I played. It is best experienced when you play instrumental and live stage music. With a companion app that supports both Android and iOS devices, it definitely increases the value of the Sudio E2 as you're able to customize the sound you want and even create your own audio profile by doing a simple test. The earphones will also receive firmware upgrades through the app, and that's a great effort. I commend Sudio for doing so. In terms of battery life, Sudio claims that the E2 can go up to 5.5 hours on a single charge and up to 30 hours with the charging case. In my test with ANC turn-on and up to 80% of volume, the E2 managed to last me up to 4 hours, which I think is pretty decent. Overall, the Sudio E2 is the company's most improved wireless earphones that offers great sound quality and features, complemented by a unique selection of colors that you wouldn't easily find in the market. I do recommend that you go check them out if you're hunting for a good pair of wireless earphones. They retail at 589 ringgit in Malaysia, and for a limited time, Sudio is including the Lab Plus wireless charger when you place an order at your store. And if you're interested in getting one, make sure you enter the code KLGE2 when you check out at Sudio's online store for a discount. So that's pretty much on my thoughts on the Sudio E2 wireless earphones. They are really great sounding pair of earbuds that I highly recommend that you go check them out. That's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you stay subscribed to our channel for more tech videos coming right up, and I will see you guys in our next one.